Hey, today Louie and I are going to show you how to make a chain stitch for crochet. Start with a piece of yarn, make a loop. I am holding where it crosses off over between a thumb and a finger. I am hanging the other end down. Now I have the top of the cross towards me. I'm going to pull this loop through and it will make a slip knot. Let's try that again. Okay, so I'm going to make a loop. And then I'm just going to, I've got the cross towards you this time. So I'm going to have, no, I'm sorry, I have the cross towards me. So I'm just going to let the long end hang down, reach through, pick it up and pull it and make my knot. So then we're going to put our hook in, and I am just using worsted weight, inexpensive yarn for this. So you just pull on the yarn to tighten it up around your hook. So how do you hold your crochet? Well, this is what I do. I put my hand on the working end, which is your long end, and I put the yarn between my middle and my fourth finger and kind of pinch it a little bit there, and then and this is with my left hand, let's see. Between my index finger and my thumb, I am pinching the short end or the tail close to my hook. So let's see, so that's kind of what it looks like. Now with my right hand, I'm going to be holding the hook. I use the flat spot and I kind of put my thumb on that and then just lay my fingers over. I don't put a lot of pressure. Sometimes I just use that little crook between my thumb and the rest of my hand. So we're going to, let me get that in position for you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the hook, dip it down between my fingers and back up through. See, I made a loop. I'm going to catch it in the crochet hook. Let's see. And then I'm going to yank it through the stitch that's on my hook. So we'll do that again. I put my hook down between my fingers, wrap it around, and pull it through. And one thing that's very important is don't do it very tight at first, because when you do the next row, it will be hard to get into. And you're just practicing. You want to practice to develop your tension so that you get a consistent stitch over time. And it doesn't really matter which way you wrap it around. It could have wrapped it this way. But as long as you're consistent, that's more important. I find the easiest one is just go down between and pull it up through. And pull it through. Wrap it down, pull it up through. And you see I move my finger and thumb closer to the hook as I get further along. That aids in me being able to pull it through. So I'm just going to do a few here. And then I'm going to show you how you tie that off, which is really simple. Okay, so I'm just going to take a pair of scissors, snip the yarn off. I grab my work and pull the hook right up towards my face, and that's it, and pull it out. So now that we've done just a little piece, I want to show you this is the right side of the crochet. If you hold it like that, it kind of looks like a row in knitting. I also think of it as a shawl around somebody's shoulders, and it kind of creates this little V. So each one of these little shawls represents a stitch. Let's see if we get that better focus. There we go. When I don't pull it so tight, I can see it a little better. Okay, so every one of those little shawls creates a stitch. The back side is kind of bumpy in comparison, and it's not really used in a lot. There are some areas where you might use it, but for most of my work, I'd be focusing on front stitch. Thank you.